Skylar and I have made it to shore, and it was a bit of a slog, but we have made it, and we're going to go and quickly investigate that waterfall before heading back to the boat.
The waterfalls were amazing, and that is what I was going to tell you in this next clip, but I managed to film it in slow motion, and well...
Wow, what an amazing waterfall. I'm so happy that I've come out this morning to have a look at that. It's pretty awesome. It's somewhere where I'd love to spend a lot more time to, sort of exploring the waterfalls a bit more and the area, because there's like a medieval settlement and stuff and everything up here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, back to the boat now.
See why people like wind. This is quite hard work. I think I have to get a wind look before I get much older. Oh well, on the way we go. Anchors up, not jammed. On the way to the next one.
The engine is off and we are doing some sailing. So Tim is in charge today because I find it a bit too stressful to do the steering and not crap myself. So I am just trying to take it in and sort of build up my braveness bar. I am aware that this is not heeling over at all, really. However, it's still quite a big step for me. So we have arrived at Sandback and the Holy Loch Marina. So we had a good trip over, we got a good few tacks in, and like I said, I did get Tim to take over doing the steering because I just found that all a bit too much trying to do the steering and keep my cool at the same time. So yeah, but I got on actually a lot better with it. We were heeling over a bit more, which is good. So, you know, it is baby steps, but we're going in the right direction. So anyway, Scar and I have just come out for a little bit of a wander so she can have a leg stretch and stuff, and then we're just going to settle in for the night and sort of figure out what we're going to do tomorrow.
The following morning, I got up early to visit the local nature reserve about 1 mile from the marina. I've been here for a while, it's been amazing, so I'm going to grab my stuff and I think I'm going to head off and continue up on this trail and see what else I can find.
Heading back to the marina now.
Back at the boat between rain showers, we both did some computering. The promised winds had picked up, but it did clear the rain enough for me to head out with Skylar.
There's going to be a sign somewhere as to how long the trails are. There is a little car park that we just walked past, and I think there's another little picnic area just up here. So yeah, maybe if not, we'll just walk up this track, and then when we've had enough, we'll walk back. was incredibly blustery at the top of that lookout point. It was pretty awesome though to be able to see so far. So well worth coming if you are up in the Sandbank, Holy Loch area. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to carry on, and what we'll do, because it is quite windy, if we see anything interesting, we'll pop back to you. Otherwise, we will see you back at the boat.
So we've had a couple of restful days here at Holy Loch, waiting out the worst of the weather, at least until the next worst of the weather comes in about 24 hours time. But it's time we move on and go and explore a little bit more. So we're going to be casting off the lines shortly, and I think we're going to try and head over across the Clyde to the Sugar Boat, which is a big wreck out there. Not sure if we're going to get there or not, depends on the weather, but we're going to go and try and have a circle around that, and then we're going to head back up the Loch Long and go and hide up there, because to say there's some bad weather coming tomorrow. So without further ado, before this rain gets any worse, let's cast off the lines and head out. You ready to head out, Skylar? Here we go.
We're just leaving Holy Loch, and I just heard a crow noise, and it seemed a bit close, considering we're not really that close to land. There's nothing around us for them to sit on. So I looked up, and sure enough, there are two crows on top of the mast. One is on our wind vane, not ideal. I hope they're not planning on sticking around the whole trip. That's not going to be good for it, but yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Well on our way. Now, we were meant to be going to the Sugar Boat, however, because the wind wasn't in our favour, rather than motoring for hours on end, we decided that we'd head straight up Loch Long instead. Now, the winds up here were more favourable, so we had both of our sails out, and we were sailing pretty fast for a time there, hitting over 7 knots, and then my bottle broke and we ended up reefing the sail. We are now going on at a more sedate pace of about 2.5 to 3 knots. Now, we do have most of the day to get up there, so we're not in any rush, and we're just going to take the day as it comes, and yeah, hopefully we're going to put on anchor tonight, and yeah, and hopefully it will stay dry.
My wish to stay dry didn't last long, as the rains came in and the wind dropped. so we pulled the sail in and got back to motoring. Next time, after some heavy rain, the waterfall is absolutely raging, and we then get a belter of a day for our trip to the Isle of Bute.